The Ardsley home sat nestled at the end of a secluded cul-de-sac, surrounded by a wooded thicket that shielded it from the quiet suburban neighborhood. To teenagers cruising for trouble, it represented the perfect target, a large, affluent residence far enough from prying eyes. It was a little after 3 a.m. when the sound of smashing glass obliterated the night's tranquility. Tom Ardsley jolted awake to the deafening cacophony of the kitchen window being demolished, shards of shrapnel raining across the linoleum floor. "Lisa, get down," he shouted to his wife, yanking her from their bed just as the staccato thuds of heavy boots came stampeding up the stairwell. Tom fumbled for the baseball bat stashed in their closet as Lisa trembled beside him, paralyzed in terror. The two hulking figures dressed head to toe in black SWAT gear stormed into the bedroom, faces concealed by balaclavas. One leveled a suppressed pistol squarely at Tom's face, while the other withdrew a wicked-looking knife. "Stay back. I've got a weapon," Tom bluffed, holding the bat up feebly. The gunman responded with a merciless slug to Tom's gut, doubling him over in searing agony as he collapsed to the floor. Lisa shrieked, and the knife-wielding intruder silenced her protests by delivering a savage backhand across her face, splitting her lip in a blossom of crimson. "Nobody moves or makes a sound," the gunman snarled in a guttural, distorted voice, clearly using a voice modulator. "This is a robbery. Do exactly as we say and you'll stay alive." Blindfolded and bound with zip ties, Tom and Lisa were hauled into their living room and forced to their knees. The sickening dread clenching Tom's stomach intensified as he heard the distinct pitter-patter of little feet emerging from the hallway. Mummy? Daddy? What's happening?" came the tremulous voice of their 8-year-old son Kyle. One of the intruders silently grabbed the boy and descended the stairs, ignoring his terrified whimpers. Tom was frantic, fearing for his son's life if they didn't get what they came for. "Take whatever you want. The safe upstairs, it's all yours, just don't hurt." Tom was cut off by a brutal kidney punch that dropped him to the floor, gasping for air. Someone ignited a portable camp stove on the coffee table, the small metal cylinder hissing as an azure flame flickered to life. "Wait here, and don't make a sound," one of the robbers growled, an unmistakable note of menace edging into his distorted timbre. "If you listen real good, you'll know exactly how serious we are." The two men disappeared down into the basement with Kyle, leaving Tom and Lisa alone in the living room, bound and helpless, the dancing flames of the stove their only company. A deathly hush fell over the house. Then it started. At first, it was just muffled thumps and dull impacts, as if someone were knocking around storage boxes downstairs. But the sounds grew increasingly violent, more frenzied heavy strikes against the concrete floor, answered by Kyle's delirious, warbling shrieks of agony piercing the subterranean gloom. Lisa was weeping uncontrollably, her cries merging with their son's shrill howls of suffering, until his wails morphed into a terrible, sustained shriek unlike anything human. Tom recoiled, every fiber writhing in revulsion, as he realized with dawning horror what those sounds must be. The shriek reached a delirious crescendo before terminating in a chilling, abrupt finality, like a record scratching off mid-rotation. Lisa's sobs resounded through the foyer, echoing accusingly the damning chorus of a bereaved parent. Heavy footsteps plodded up from the basement. The gunman re-emerged, his boots leaving mottled russet prints on the tile. Clutched in his fist was a muscular, tubular mass glistening with crimson membranes and dangling nerves. "What did you do?" Lisa whimpered from behind her blindfold, somehow knowing the truth her psyche refused to process. "We warned you this was serious business," the intruder rasped matter-of-factly. "If you keep your mouth shut and cooperate, we can make this quick and clean. But that little brat's pain is on you." He deposited the obscenity across Lisa's bound wrists, the severed remains of their child's arm, casually discarded like a piece of refuse. She let out a muted, keening moan, whatever fortitude still tethering her to sanity unraveling in that instant. "Now then," the gunman muttered, crouching beside Tom and affixing the muzzle of his pistol against the man's temple. "Let's have that safe combination." Part 2, coming next.